we are. We're live. We're live. Let me know in the comments if you can hear us. Courtney, say hi.
Hi, everyone. This is Courtney. Hi, I'm excited you're here.
Let us
We're just
know
making
in the comments.
sure. Yeah, we haven't really done this before, so we're seeing if it's working. Oh, I think, yeah, we got
a hooray.
So that means I think they can hear us. Okay.
So for those of you that don't know, I am Veronica Drake of veronicadrake.com, and I am here with my friend and my peer, Courtney Dillon from CourtneyDillon.com. So Courtney, how are you?
I'm great. I'm super excited to be here. This is going to be fun. Thank you.
We don't know what we're doing yet, but we're going to do it. So Courtney, tell people what you have for them. I know we're going to have giveaways and all of that. So what do you got?
So if you go on my website and sign up for my newsletter at CourtneyDillon.com, you will receive a free emotional alchemy workshop, which is how to work with your emotions. So it's a good thing. You can get a little freebie there. And I do readings for people and lots of energy healing and just helping people come into their true power, their true self, live their best life. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
And if you book a reading with me, any reading during the month of July, I will do a free follow-up email reading, a 1-card tarot reading for you. So there's that going on. So Courtney, a little bit of what we're going to do here. We're going to take your class, or we're going to do your classes. We're going to take your questions. And also, Courtney and I are similar in the sense that we like to teach. We like to share information on why things are and what we get. So, Courtney, what if we start out by taking a few questions and let's see where that leads us in terms of sharing our knowledge?
I love it. Let's do it.
So, Courtney, you can peruse the questions too. Okay. You pick the first question, and then I'll pick the next.
We have. We'll just take the first one. Tarot Destiny. So she's asking about Eric, but we'll see who comes through. It could be Eric or maybe one of her guides. And her name is Janice from Illinois. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Tarot Destiny. Let's see.
So the first thing I hear is you're coming up to an end. You've done the hard work. You've got all your ducks in a row. And it's like you've been on the hamster wheel for so long that you finally can take a breath.
So I heard Eric scream in my ear. He said, time to slow down. So it's exactly what you're saying. She's done all the work, but now she can slow down and kind of take a little bit of rest or reprieve before this next cycle begins, because everything's in place. So he said slow down.
There you go. Beautiful. So, hey, Anna, do you see my husband finding a job soon? Thank you so much.
October pops in my mind really strongly.
So I was getting mid-September to mid-October. Okay. So in that time frame. And the other part of that is it's going to be something that suits him, not that what didn't suit him. This is going to be more conducive to the home life, to create more balance for you.
I'm hearing the word trust. It's very hard to do when we're looking for jobs. I've been there a couple of times. But it's the word trust is coming in really strongly and it's lighting up. So this is about you having trust that he's going to find the right fit, because I agree with what Veronica's saying, and just trusting that there's a greater plan, because it's coming.
Beautiful.
Okay. Hello. Okay. My dog, Maddie, will not go into my daughter Robin's bedroom like he used to. Can you please tell me why? Interesting. The dog's picking up on something in there. That I'm like, woo, there's something I think something needs to be cleared.
So it goes like this. This is the image I got, like a whirlwind.
Yeah.
So could that indicate portal, Courtney, or entry
I
point?
get yes. I get yes. But it doesn't feel like a, positive portal necessarily. It feels like an
Like,
entry. Yeah. Yeah. So someone needs to close that and get rid of it. I think the dog is very, animals pick up on things,
mhm.
right? And then the dog senses it. And I think the dog is seeing something too. I actually see the dog being like, oh, what is that?
I get mischievous energy. Like, I don't know, take mischievous to mean the textbook meaning or what you might consider mischievous. Um, I would have to ask this question though. So if you were booking a private reading with me, my readings are very conversational and almost consulting like. So I would have to ask this question, and I do so respectfully. Is there anything mischievous about Robin? Could the dog be picking up on some awareness around Robin? That would be my question. But
Good question.
definitely look at doing a basic cleansing, closing the portal ceremony. What are your thoughts, Courtney, on finding something like that on YouTube? I have some theories on stuff on YouTube.
I think you can find good information on YouTube, but you have to use your own personal discernment, meaning if something it feels internally off, or you have like an icky feeling in your body, to please trust that, because discernment is
Absolutely.
hugely important, as with anything.
We live in a world where everything is at our fingertips. One of my bones of contention with this lifetime, or with this time in life rather, is that prior to Google, we had to use our inner knowing, whether we knew it or not. And now we don't even give it a second thought. We run right to Google and we type, or we run right to YouTube. So one of the things I like to teach, and I'll be teaching more of in my Psychic Development Academy, is to learn how to tune into yourself, to use your own inner knowing. And
Absolutely.
that's important. That's important.
I totally agree. And sometimes it's good. And the other words I'm hearing are trusted teacher. So it's sometimes really useful to find, like, taking your academy or finding a trusted teacher, because that can be really helpful. But inner knowing and learning how to, I agree with that. So,
okay. So Suzanne, does Eric have any recommendations for getting rid of cellulite? I personally am not going to touch on health subjects here tonight. I don't feel that we can give it the integrity and the time that it might need.
Right. I just heard accept yourself. That's what I heard.
Okay. All right. Courtney?
I have not seen my brother Michael in 20 years. Can you please tell me if he is crossed over?
See, this is one of those questions where and I want to educate here for a minute. As somebody who's been doing this work for a very long time, yes, there can be, we look like we're leading, we're asking questions, but in reality, for me, when I do readings like this, if we were sitting here like this or face to face, I would need to know certain things in order to proceed down the lines that I'm getting on this, because I feel it would be irresponsible for me to say, well, this is the first image I got, without finding out a little bit more. I don't know how you work, Courtney, but I'm
the same way. So one of the things for me that's super important about this work is that I do it in a responsible way. And it doesn't mean I'm always right about everything that I pick up on, but that I do this in a responsible way. So I would agree with that.
Also, Courtney, do you work metaphorically? Like, I get a lot of metaphors. And so with that said, I will tell you that I can see Michael, and his hand is reaching up. Now, one might say, reaching up from where? Reaching up from the other side, reaching up because he needs help. I get that his soul is the only word I can use is decompressed. So either he is, and I heard
fragmented.
I'm sorry to be so vague. So that could mean he's here, but he's really not, meaning he has substance abuse. He's unable.
Mhm.
I'm just going to go with my gut, and I'm just going to tell you, and I want this to be in the most loving, responsible way. I don't get a sense that he's still here
I
walking
got the
around.
same feeling, and I got the same exact thing. But again, I get a lot of metaphors as well, and we would probably need to know some more context just to be
Exactly.
sure.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I'm having a wonderful day. Thank you. Sally wants to know, I would like to know if student loans will be forgiven this year. Sally, you and a 50 billion other people, I don't touch those kinds of questions. I don't know. Courtney?
I don't have a clear sense that they will. I'm sorry. I don't want to give a negative information, but will my son Matthew continue with his girlfriend of 6 or more years or move on? Wait, sorry. Continue with his girlfriend of 6 years or move on eventually? Good question.
Well, there's a reason you're asking that question.
Mm-hmm.
So I see this. It's like up, it's down, it's up, it's down. They're up all over the place. I get a sense that they may have parted in the past,
Yes.
either officially or unofficially.
Couple times, I think, more than once. Yeah.
And obviously questions like this are based on free will. So for us to tap into and know free will for Matthew, number one, I don't know about the integrity of that because, we'd be looking into his energy. And I don't want to read his energy. If we were doing it privately, I get a sense that there's going to be more of the same. And let me say something. Courtney and I may get something very different than each other. And it doesn't mean one's right, one's wrong. It's tuning into the frequency. It's using the database that we know. So
well, it's also just we are good at picking up on potentials, right?
Mm-hmm.
And likely potentials. And that's, and so it's like you and I could easily pick up on a different potential.
Yep.
Yeah, more of the same. They don't seem to want to end their relationship, even though there's an elephant in the room, so to speak, of something that they need to talk about or discuss or something that's not working. So that's all I'll say on that.
Yeah. I do get a sense there is a completion coming up though.
Mm.
So.
Okay.
Let's see where we go here.
Penny.
Who? Penny.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I need direction right now. Any messages for me? Penny says. Let's see. I will use the trusted tarot deck.
Okay.
Courtney, you know.
I got one.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so for her, they're showing me, and this is a metaphor, so this is a good information to teach about how we get metaphors. Putting one foot in front of the other, and there's a staircase. So that's like the Martin Luther King quote about not needing to see the whole staircase. But for her, it's just about putting one foot in front of the other. So taking some small steps every day to get out of this place of feeling lost, overwhelmed, or confusion. Sometimes it's even just about taking action, even if you don't know how everything's going to turn out. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. And being true to who I am, like a little bit of an airhead, I lost the question.
Oh, it's Penny, and she's needing a message.
Okay. I just I don't know where I go. I zone out and I'm like, am I doing this? Like, what am I doing? All right. So beautiful energy coming your way. There is light at the end of the tunnel. I get a sense that there's been some sort of separation happening in your life. And it's time to cross the bridge into a new way of being, a new way of thinking. The number one piece of advice we would give you is check your emotions. You kind of like have been all over the place emotionally, and kind of get in tune with and check your emotions. Know what's really at the core of why you're emoting like you are. Self-exploration.
Okay, good. See, Amy in wants to know, how can I improve communication with my angelic team?
Hmm.
Good
I like
question.
questions
I love these kind of questions.
like this. Um, you know, first of all, be open to it. That sounds simple, but it doesn't mean be open to it like, yeah, I'm never going to get anything. They're never going to come through. Be open to it, mind, body, and spirit, meaning get your mindset in alignment with, I'm here to hear my angels. I'm here to feel my angels. Engage your five senses. Use your body because they will show up. It's inevitable. They're with us. They're just waiting to be asked. So
I would also say a big one is knowing that when the information or the sign, sometimes, we'll see clear signs and symbols in the external world and be like, yes, that's a clear sign. Sometimes we just have to learn to really dig in and begin to trust ourselves a little bit more. Like when we receive something, it will feel different. Sometimes the channel, if we receive a picture or we hear a word, it will feel a little more subtle and it will not feel like, blaring message. So we have to kind of learn to really tune in and trust what we're receiving is a fact.
the other thing I've learned over all these years is intuitive guidance, angelic guidance, spirit guidance. It's never going to hit you over the head.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to almost tiptoe into your conscious or critical mind where you're going to be like, what? Where did that come from? The ego, the conditioned beliefs, all of that stuff is going to feel familiar, which is going to increase a false sense of security. So if something shows itself, presents itself in the form of a sign, a metaphor, a song, a nudge, a feeling, and it's subtle and it's really out of the blue, I pretty much say you would trust that that's angelic, spirit, or inner knowing.
Yes,
Would you agree?
absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
All right, cool.
Perfect.
Andrea, any suggestions for me career-wise?
Are you pulling a card?
Yeah, I did, but you can go first.
Okay, I heard that there's going to be a pivot or a change. It feels like there's something is really going to shift. I feel like she might even change careers completely.
Yep. So there is a major change coming up for you, one that's not really familiar to you. And the card that I threw out or pulled out was the Justice card. Now you might say, well, what does that mean? A couple of things, interpretations that come this way is your move was justified, whether you were the impetus for that, whether you created the move, the change on your own, whether it was by being removed from your position, it was justified. And you have to eat that. You have to know that. You have to believe that, because there's a balance that's happening here. And the reason you're even looking for a job is because there was a lot of inequity. I'm not talking necessarily about literal inequity. Your energy didn't vibe there.
No, not at all.
You were not.
She was like on a different timeline. It just did not. But the pivot is necessary, and like it's going to be beautiful. Actually, I think it's going to be really beautiful.
And I see the scales are balanced, and as a Libra, I'm all about balance.
Yeah. And I feel like the next job is going to be more creative. So there's something about creativity and using her creativity that she's going to be able to.
And more stepping into your individualization, whereas before you might have been clumped in or lumped in as a group and really no distinction of who you truly were as a creator, as an individual. But this opportunity will present that for you.
Cool. I'm excited for her. Okay. She says, I'm currently taking Vee's classes, going within. Yay. Such interesting things I'm learning. That's awesome.
Yay.
That's wonderful. What's the chit chat about today? Well, you can just ask questions, anything you want. Okay. Do you see any questions?
Anything and everything. They're taking our questions. Sylvie.
Oh, Sylvie. Okay. Any storms for the Caribbean this year, and more or less who might be hit? Will it be the Virgin Islands or Puerto Rico? Oh, I hate predicting stuff like this, but I'll look.
So the first thing I heard is when it rains, it pours. So that indicates yes for me, which I think, is inevitable given the location. I will also tell you that I'm hearing nothing is status quo, and that means the weather patterns. So what you became familiar with, what you knew in the past, isn't necessarily going to be what's happening going forward. But rest assured, everything still kicks up. Everything still gets generated. Everything still has to move. So my answer to that would be yes.
I got a yes too. You had a lot more to say, but I got a strong yes.
Specifically to what area, it's like this. You know how, remember when we were kids and we played hopscotch? You threw the coin or whatever you used and you hopped and you jumped over one number. It's going to be hit and miss. And I know that's kind of vague, but it really is going to be hit and miss.
Yeah. And it will be, it's also, we have to be careful with, the question's fine, but if you say a certain place, then people will watch in that certain place. It can create fear around it, kind of like drawing it to you. So exactly. So you have to be kind of mindful of that. So just if you are in an area where there's a lot of hurricanes or natural disasters, be constantly in a assured way, affirming your safety in the world. Right?
Beautiful.
Okay.
Does Eric have a message for myself, Lisa? Please, regarding work or anything else? So the first thing I hear is, I hear the phrase, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Okay. That makes sense with what I heard. I heard, Eric said, don't let others drag you down. There's a lot of like what feels like negative energy or gossip energy at this workplace. I'm not a fan, to be honest with you. But that makes sense with what I just saw.
It's heavy. And then the other one is a wolf in sheep's clothing. So just be careful. And it's gossipy, it's chatter. Don't get pulled into the drama kind of thing. Know your lane and stay in it.
Yeah. It's sort of like stay in it, stay in your own energy. Because there's going to be a lot of pull to get caught up in these like office, or I don't know if it's an office, but dramas. It feels like an office.
Oh, hey, I also want to say this really quickly. Even if we're not getting to your question, I want each one of you listening, because we have about 115, 114 people here. Get your question in your mind. Get your intention in your mind, what you want to know, because you're going to hear exactly what you need to hear to answer your question. I promise you. Even if we don't say, oh, this is for you, you're going to get that resonance, that feeling, that nudge, and you're going to go, oh, there's my answer. So, okay.
So somebody's wondering about your classes on developing intuition. That's part of your membership, right?
That's going within, and we do that. And honestly, here's what going within is. This is so funny because it's an eclectic mishmash of everything. How do you put that into copy and writing? But the reality is, and I just told this to my students the other night, I am creating a psychic development academy that'll be ready in late September, early October. But going within, if you're a little bit of all over the place and you're a little bit of eclectic yourself and you're wanting to learn psychic development, mediumship development, you're wanting to learn about auras, I'm doing everything and anything.
That's awesome.
In there. I don't have one recipe for it. And my peeps that are in there, they're totally good with flying. So I love it.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Very interactive. Good. It's like a little family. Can you tell me the purpose of why I lost both parents when I was just an adolescent?
That's tough. I'm sorry about that, Morgan.
I'm really sorry too. Okay. I don't hear, and Vee, you can, tell me what you get, but I don't hear the purpose for this person as much as I see one soul leaving, and it's almost like the other soul is just drawn to leave too. Like they're sort of together or like soulmates if that makes sense.
Yep. I heard they serve their purpose by bringing you into this world. And at the end of the day, at the end of this life, your whole lesson here is on independence and autonomy.
And they kind of travel together.
Yeah. They did a great service for you. I mean, I know in the human realm, it may not seem that way, but they did a great service in terms of standing on your own 2 feet.
Okay. Let's see if we can find more questions. What are the experiences chosen as themes to be explored in this life as Stephanie Clark? Okay. Okay. You want to
wait
themes? I'm confused about the question.
What are the experiences chosen as themes to be explored? As I said, any voice of my higher self regarding exploring these themes. So every soul comes in with a purpose, with a to-do list, right? It comes in with a mission. It comes in with its own, for lack of a better word, personality of how it's going to navigate. Stephanie, you are the examiner. You have the energy of, I see you, the image I get is like a little Sherlock Holmes, and you got your little magnifying glass and you're examining every nook and every cranny. But here's the thing, procrastination.
There's a big push in this lifetime for her to receive knowledge. So knowledge from lots of different sources. It could be books, it could be teachers, but yes, I agree. Like sometimes that's wonderful, but how does that keep you like spinning your wheels in some way? Does that make sense?
Stephanie, it's time for you to visit the Akashic records. Now, I know Courtney and I both do that, so you would find yourself well served. I have the utmost respect for Courtney, or I wouldn't be doing this with her, and I'm sure she feels
same. Absolutely.
We don't have competitiveness between us. We're open to whoever you choose, but it would be in your best interest to visit the Akashic records for a positive reason.
Yeah, I feel like she might be able to learn how to do it too.
Yeah.
I'm wondering about the battle of light and dark. When will the light step up because our free will is being violated by the dark?
Hi, Heidi.
Hi, Heidi.
When will the light step up? Well, here's the thing. The light is always there. It's kind of like this. I just saw an analogy. When I was about 10 years old, I remember I had this really cool lamp in my bedroom, and we had light bulbs back then. Yeah, we did. And I wanted an ambiance, right? Because I was that creative. And so I threw a blanket over top.
And I would have loved you as a 10-year-old.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I threw a blanket over the top of this lamp. And I was in my cool, like going, and it was dark and it was ambiance. Well, guess what happened? The blanket caught fire from the heat of the bulb. So even though we're in the dark, the message is the blanket caught fire and everybody woke up. Okay. The light will shine through the layer of chaos, drama, and confusion.
I heard a very strong, clear voice say, tell her to remember she is the light. And everybody listening to remember that right now in this darkness on the planet, because there's plenty, to remember that we are the light and find the light that within, radiate that light, be peace.
Absolutely.
With everyone we talk to. I mean, as much as we can. Okay.
Who else do we have here?
Cassandra or Cassandra. Hi. Cassandra. Ooh, pretty name.
Yeah.
What is my purpose here as a light worker? She's feeling like she's struggling a bit to find her way.
I have an issue with the word light worker. I know it's not going to be popular. I feel like we put these fancy dancy names on things and people aspire to the label. light worker. What does it mean to be a light worker? What does it mean to be a soulmate? What does it, so we put labels and then we miss the education while we're taking the journey. So in my opinion, only a light worker is somebody that just brings light to the world. You can do that, teaching a third grader how to do, math, or, you light people up by what's inside of you, and you become that light worker. Now, if you're talking about this, like psychic medium work, a Reiki practitioner, then we could get more specific with how you would do it. But light worker, I'm taking it at face value as I see it. Courtney, you may get a different take on it.
Well, it's interesting that the question right before the message was, "You are the light," and that's kind of like I feel like they're connected. Yeah, exactly. Beautiful. So remembering that, and sometimes we absolutely come in with the sole purpose. We absolutely come in with like a plan. But I also would just, our larger purpose here is to wake up and remember who we are, right? And that, I would say, start with that. Okay.
So Julian has two questions. So
okay,
take the first one or the second one, Courtney? We'll just take one question.
We'll just do the first one.
Okay. Get an attorney against my employer. It's very important for me to receive this information, please, and thank you. I don't think I've made a live yet. Well, hee-haw, here you are. You made a live. Should I get an employer against my attorney, or an attorney against my employer? I'm going to use tarot. Courtney, if you get something first, I'm just going to pull a tarot card.
Okay, I'll let you do that. The best course of action would be just to plant your feet firmly in what is, accept what happened, and start over. I don't see anything about justice or getting. I gotta know. It would be like spinning wheels.
Yeah.
And it's time to just kind of move forward.
There's
I'm hearing this. Not that what happened to you was right or justified. So something really not pretty negative happened. It wasn't right or justified, but find a way to move forward. It's just time to move on. So.
Okay. You're welcome, Stephanie Clark. I hope it made sense to you.
Yes, Heidi, nice surprise. Okay, so sorry, I'm just reading through these.
Yeah, me too. Kiwi sends your love to everyone. Hi, Danielle.
Hi, Danielle.
All right, so I'm not a good name person. Jergita?
I think Jergita. Sorry for saying that wrong, but hi. Please let me know if I'm able to clean my own space. I don't really understand the question. Do you?
Is there a specific? Today, for some reason, I was drawn to runes. Runes, as in runes. Not sure.
Like the divination tool.
If I'm able, that's what I think. If I'm able to clean my own space, you mean cleanse, as in energetically cleanse your own space? That's what I'm going to take it as. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Have the strong intention to do so.
I got the sage. Yeah. I don't know which way the camera goes. I got the sage.
And open your windows. Have a strong intention. And call in your light beings of light.
I have Palo Santo that I diffuse. And most importantly, there you go. Most importantly, it's a mindset. I just set the space to be cleansed with my mind. I send this beautiful white light around my space. I'm in my office now, and I'm just, before we get started, I do all the healing stuff. I have my crystals. So yes, absolutely. Yes, you can do it.
You can also, if something is pesky, and once in a while there is, hanging out in your house, you can ask for a divine and sacred specialist to assist you in cleansing and clearing your space from the spirit world. And that always seems to do the trick if there's something that won't go. So, all right.
Kiwi wants to know, Kiwi, I love that. Kiwi lover. I am too. What messages does Mother Earth have for us? Oh, I love
Thank you for that question. That's beautiful. I love it.
Earth. I love Mama Earth. Man, oh man. Everything you need is right here. Everything you have ever wanted or desired is yours. Look to nature to find the way.
It was so interesting. I heard, remember to take care of yourself and love yourself as I love you.
Love, I got chill bumps. I love Mama Earth.
I love channeling Earth.
Okay.
I think I lost my place. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait. La, 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 la. Okay. What message does Mama Earth have for us? Stephanie Clark, we hear you. Loud and clear, we hear. When I was asking, do they hear us? Do my guides see me as becoming a medium soon? This is from Lisa Smith.
Okay. Yes. There's a reason she's asking. So she's starting, some new gift is coming online. I'm sorry about my dog. Some new gift is coming online and she is starting to hear more. I think she's hearing more clearly.
You've always been an empath. You've always felt things very deeply, and now it's time for next level. But here's the thing: sit with spirit, take dictation, listen as spirit talks to you.
It's like I see that, and then I see this. It's like muscles, and they're showing me strengthening the muscles. Act as if you claim, and act as if you already are a medium, and you will be one.
Hey, Rose Ford.
Oh,
I know.
Hi from Texas. Hello, ladies. Sending love from Canada. Thank you. Okay, Jax. My best friend of 20 years, Christy, she 6 years ago killed her daughters. Oof, I'm sorry to hear that. And then the cops killed her. It was a national story at the time. I did hear a news PCE to honor them. Are there any messages from them? Okay.
Wow.
That's really sad.
Yeah. And I don't know, it may be difficult for me under this kind of, in this venue, to just pull in a message, but I'll try.
Me too.
In this situation, the soul did not lead. The human led the charge. I struggled to find my voice, and so I made myself a name. Now, that's the message of what happened. The message of what was learned was that this is a process of evolution for me as I work through that contract of loss and evil. That's what I heard directly.
Okay. Well, that's thank you for they're complimenting my shirt. Thank you.
Oh, it's
nice.
pretty. It's
Thank you. It's kind of loud. I don't know. I just went with it. My question is, I love it. This is why I love you. My question is, now that I know my life purpose, will my ability come soon?
It's up to you.
I just keep hearing act as if, like act as, so sometimes when this is Eric says, fake it till you make it. I don't always love that phrase, but sometimes with strengthening our psychic abilities, it's kind of helpful. Like you're acting like you're already doing the thing that you want to be doing, or you already can hear messages, and then you will start to believe it. Okay. What if some of these questions I think are like follow-up questions, but I don't remember what we were answering. So I can't, that's really hard for me.
That.
Okay.
That's when you book a reading.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lost pendant.
Okay.
Somebody wants to know their husband's lost pendant.
Kelly. Hi, Kelly.
I see a brown big brown, what are those things? Armoire. Or is that what they're called?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I see.
So that could be where he kept it, or like the top of something, like the dresser.
Mm-hmm.
I see a brown patch of grass.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
So
so
it
is
could
it
be
outside?
where he kept it, laid it, and where he lost it. But I can't. I mean, I have found things definitely, and I'm not promising anything, Kelly. But it's if you think about it, it's kind of like, okay, hurry up. You have 120 questions in here, and
Right.
I'm not superhuman.
Yeah, I know. That's the same.
wanna help.
That's kind of the same I feel about that. But
I
I'm
wanna
sorry
help.
if
I
we
wanna
can't.
help.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's
I
the
hope
best
he
I
finds
got.
it.
Yeah.
What do I need to work on to attack a mate? What does that mean?
I hope it's attract.
Oh, I think it must be attract, right? You don't want to attack your mate.
Listen, let me take the attack question.
I'm like, well, if you want to attack your mate, let's see. I'll give you steps.
Let me go
A
to my
5-step
dateline.
process. Let's write a class on this. Attacking your mate. Okay,
I love
attract.
it.
Let's say that says attract.
Correct your energy. Get your word right now.
A Freudian slip. Okay, one tip on attracting a mate. Let's each.
Okay.
You know, I start with seeing consistently what you think about your you in relation to being in a relationship, or what you really consistently believe about love. Think about your thoughts around the subject.
Beautiful. And here's a great piece of advice from my higher self, because I don't know, I'm just giving you, they identified as that way.
Mm-hmm.
Who you've been attracting, who you have attracted, was symbolic of what's coming if you don't look within yourself and shift how you view yourself and your role in the relationship. So,
that's interesting. There's been a lot of interesting messages today in my readings and whatnot coming up about people loving themselves, and messages.
Me too.
Yeah, it was like a theme today. Do you have any messages for me?
Kuldeep. Hi, Kuldeep. I know Kuldeep, so I'll let you take this one.
I just hear pay attention to the signs, because her guides are bringing in messages and communicating with her right now a lot this week. So I even see a journal and her writing down information. So she's trying to get answers to a question about something, but they're trying to get through to you, just subtle and not so subtly. It could be family members too, crossed over.
Kuldeep, you're my journal girl. I know it. I know you got that paper. When she said that, I'm like, yep, that's.
I can see it as she's got this journal, and that will help her a lot.
She's very diligent at what she does.
Oh, good. Yeah, I can tell. I feel it.
It's awesome.
Okay.
Hi, Diane.
Hi, Suzanne. Thank you for the compliment. Hi, Wendy. Let's see. What do we have? Denise is asking, how is my brother Larry doing? Does he have any messages for me? So I'm assuming Larry's crossed over.
So Larry, I don't know if this is literal or figurative, but I see Larry dealing some cards. So I don't know if he was a card himself, where he just was a character and he just kind of played around. This is why when we do these readings, we're not fishing. We're just giving you what.
So I also hear laughter, and he's really good at making people laugh. He has this great sense of humor. So yeah.
And it's like he says, play the cards you're dealt and you'll win every time.
I like it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Larry. Okay. Good afternoon. Hi, Sharon.
Sharon.
Hi, girls. When will I be healthier?
When do you want to be healthier?
Would like a first name that's helpful for me. But I'll try to look. 1 second. I sense lung stuff here. Do you get anything?
So I do have issues.
Clearing.
Catching my breath. I don't know if there's some acid reflux going on in there also, but it is the chest related. Breathe, catch your breath, breathe.
Notice what emotions are trying to make them clear, like some sadness, some loss, some even some anger. I feel like it's trying to clear out. So if there's any like emotions you are feeling constantly or carrying, what can you do? This is what Spirit's saying, to release them.
Beautiful.
Okay. And we got a lot of romantic part. Well, everybody wants to, we all want to find love. Question about finding a romantic partner. Should I be patient and wait for the universe to bring the right person? That's her gut feeling. Or should I be proactive and try the dating sites again?
I love Danielle, by the way. Danielle.
Hi, Danielle. Okay, what are you gonna?
Oh, go ahead. You go, because I know Danielle, and then I'll chime in.
Here's the thing. If somebody says they have a gut feeling about something, I say you trust your gut feeling.
We can't trump it.
No, we cannot. So you trust your gut feeling, and that's what I think personally. When I'm asking, I sense that too.
So it's really about getting motivated, putting your true self out there, understanding that it's okay for you to go to the drawing board and scratch out whatever you thought you wanted, and to redirect into something that you do want. In fact, here's the message. The path that you've always traveled, the way that you've always found and met someone, is probably the best, most worn path for you. And just keep tried and true. So you know what that is.
Exactly. And one thing I'm hearing, and I think this is for everybody looking for love, is it's about your energy. So for example, if you just it doesn't have to be online, but if you do something that's kind of like putting your energy out there, or even if it's online or you join a meetup or whatever it is, you're kind of signaling or saying, hey, I'm taking steps, I'm doing the work. So a person could come in through another avenue, so it's just about, I always think, when people are saying they're manifesting something, but they're like not taking any steps, like to kind of ask yourself if that's working. So,
and here's the other part, Danielle. It's around somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. There's 6 degrees of separation going on here. So while you may not know this person intimately exactly like this, they'll come. Your spirit's funny. They'll come with good references.
100%.
So
I agree. I love that.
She's a beautiful soul. So
I feel that.
Let's send her somebody, Courtney. Let's just send.
She's gonna find a really good partner. That's what I'm like. Yeah, it's on its way. So anyway, yeah, don't have to do the dating sites if you don't feel it. Okay. Was my cancer stress? I think this is stress, karma, or food.
Wow, that's a big question.
It could.
I say the cancer was due to backed up energy.
I heard emotions. So
which is backed up energy. Yep.
When will Lottie, when will I have my next job, and what will the title be? Ooh. I don't have a title.
Yeah, I don't have a title either. I'm not getting a title. Could be a titleless job. Do you mean title? This is where, again, do you mean title as in office manager, or title as in carrier or postal carrier?
Or is it like the name of the? There's too many questions.
I don't understand. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I could probably look at when. I'm usually pretty good at that. Let's do when. How are you standing in your own way right now? That's a question I have. I'm seeing the path forward to this new job. It is coming, but there's a way in which, and not to be rude when I say this, but you're standing in your own way. So get out of your own way. The new job is coming. September lights up.
Okay. You know what? Because we're coming up on the end, let's pick You pick. I don't
I'll
know
pick.
what I just said.
Patty wants to know, and please keep it to one question so we can make sure to get as many people as possible. Any messages from Eric or Spirit? Thank you, Patty from Chicago.
Patty, hi girl. So Eric is showing me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Count before you move. Count. Oh, count your blessings for where you're at.
He's saying to me that he wants her to learn a little more to be just present in her life, not constantly thinking about the future, what the future is going to bring or not bring, learning to be present.
So I'm going to jump down to Gary 27 because this, he says, what do our souls do in between incarnations when we're up in heaven? Please be specific. I love that he wrote, please be specific.
I like that too.
You know what drives me fucking nuts? When someone chases their tail and gives you some kind of
like woo-woo answer. Yeah.
Up your ass answer. Gary, you're my kind of guy.
Yeah. Be specific. I like it.
Yeah. What happens to souls in between incarnations? That's beautiful. I'm going to give you what I understand. Okay. So, and I'm a storyteller. So here we are, we're going about it. Boom, a truck hits us, a heart explodes. Whatever happens, our life ends and the soul wavers up. And the soul does go up like this. It goes like whoosh, 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 right? So the soul goes up. It stands at the proverbial gates. It gets a ticket number and it goes in for its, let's process you. So in between incarnations, the soul is constantly on the level that I call heaven and learning. You don't get to stay there necessarily. You're learning. And how are you learning? You're observing the earthings, the earth beings. You're watching, you're perusing, you're looking at your contract. And so remember, souls are energy. It's not like they're flipping burgers and, the soul is energy. So
Eric just started flipping burgers as he said. He's like, you're wrong.
I smell the hamburger.
I know. I was like,
who's having burgers for dinner? I don't know.
He's like, he misses
Courtney, go ahead. What do you got?
The first thing I thought that was great. The first thing I heard is it depends. And so it's important that each soul to keep in mind, yes, we all go to kind of, Eric says, a way station. We have something like a life review, but from that point, it depends because we will sometimes, for example, if you, and I don't mean to be, dramatic, but if you died in a very horrific way, for example, there might be a period of rest that you actually need to take to kind of restore and recover. Sometimes I do observe that many souls in my readings, they're coming back faster and faster because they're kind of wanting to get on with it. And this is a really, maybe hard to believe, but a really powerful time of evolution on the planet where we can really learn our lessons and kind of advance in a fast way. So I heard it depends, but I do agree that there's like a way station. We will observe our contract. We will observe what we learned, maybe what we need to do a little bit better at. But again, it's not from a place of judgment. It's from a place of we're learning. Right.
And so this is also something, Gary, and this is, I don't know, Gary, if you're kind of a funny guy, but maybe I'm picking up on your vibe. But I see this little being and he's like this and he's got his feet propped up and he's eating Cheetos and he's just looking down at, hey, what's next? So I don't know why that came in, but I also understand that this is going to be deep and maybe too deep for this kind of session. So maybe Courtney and I can teach a class on this.
I kind of feel like that might
Right?
be, yeah.
When,
Yeah.
when we go, when the soul, when we leave here and we're not in a physical incarnation, we can go to any lifetime we need to peruse it, to look at it. So I'm going to
Mhm.
be not literal here. So, okay, so I die in 2022. You know what? My soul goes up. It does all the protocol, and then it goes. Okay, so in 1836, ooh, I was Sally Jones. So let me go look and check. Did
Mhm.
I get all of that from Sally Jones? And maybe you're just going to go hang out with Sally Jones for a while. I don't. Does that make
No,
sense?
it makes sense. And yeah, and that's even when we do past life healing, we're just remembering we're connecting at another point, which is not necessarily, we perceive it as the past, but it's kind of always existing. So
Right.
anyway,
So
that, yeah.
we've got literally like 4 minutes left, Courtney. So let's take one more question. You want to scroll
Yeah, we
down?
have, okay, Jennifer is asking, my voice throat is really bad from recording my first issue of the What If podcast. Great job on starting a new podcast. Is spirit trying to tell me something, or is it just a progression of my neurological disease? Good question.
First of all, the progression of your neurological disease, and I'm going to say this as a broad statement, is a reflection of up here mentally. Now, Jennifer, I know you, so I'm going to turn it over to Courtney quicker than normal, but I want you to understand, yes, there's a neurological thing happening. Yes, I see the little thingy things happening. But the reality is that you can control your voice through your mind. Now, that doesn't mean maybe that you're going to heal it, but maybe what is spoken can then be put into the written form. I hope that made sense.
Totally. And I get that it's something to kind of work through, not to give up, because it feels like you're doing something important with this podcast. It feels important work. It feels significant and it feels powerful. So I think this is something to just work through. I keep hearing Eric says it's going to get easier as time goes on.
Hey, so I'm scrolling down and Karen Doyle goes, you gals are great together. Then she scrolls down and she goes, that dog's driving my nerves up.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Karen, we get it. We get
I
it.
get it. I'm sorry.
We're real life here. And Karen,
Yeah.
that's so cute. Yeah. Okay, so listen, we are at the end, but I want to say this was fucking awesome.
It was amazing.
Doing
It's so fun.
this.
I love interacting with people. Thank you.
Listen,
And
we
Vee, you're
love
fun.
doing this. We love doing this so much. I think there'll probably be more of this. And Courtney, should I tell them about our upcoming?
Yes. Tell them.
Okay.
And I've tried not to have a barking dog.
So yeah, right. So Courtney and I are going to get married. Not literally, in the sense that we're going to be birthing. Oh my God, we're getting married and having a child. We're going to be birthing Spirit Talk, which is going to be the Courtney and Vee show, in a way that we're going to bring relevant information to current issues. And we're just going to be two girlfriends talking about spirit, bringing spirit forward. It's going to be a kick-ass show. And we're going to create our own YouTube for it. So in the meantime, click Courtney Dillon. Courtney, you just tell them how to get a hold of you.
Yeah, go to CourtneyDillon.com, sign up for my newsletter. You'll get the free workshop and you can find out about, also book a reading, and you can find out about all the stuff we're going to be doing.
Woohoo! That's going to be on our website. I am in the process of reconfiguring, redesigning, rebranding my website. So I'll let you know when new stuff comes out. But in the meantime, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Get your butt over to my Facebook page, Veronica Drake. And if you are somebody that has more questions than answers, book your reading with me. And then for the month of July, I will pull a tarot card and give you a free follow-up tarot reading to any questions that you have. Woo, woo.
That's exciting.
Courtney,
That's a good
we're
offer.
getting an all-time record high here, I think, with our lives. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
I love you guys. Love you,
Love
Courtney.
you guys. Love you too. Bye.
Bye.